Hello, and welcome back to Corona Trials with Brian. Oops. Apparently, I placed those dirt blocks. I did not mean to do that. I am over here at this little shortcut thingy that connects Aurora Valley to the Deep Dark Dungeon. And for whatever reason, when I first saw the Deep Dark Dungeon, it had kind of a scary name, and I took a quick peek into it, and I decided I think I had Kaizo Caverns in my head, where there were a few connections to other areas that didn't go through intersections, but they usually jumped ahead in the map. And I've been trying to figure out where the purple wool would be. I bet you the purple wool is in the Deep Dark Dungeon, since it's what you find after Aurora Valley. It would make sense in terms of order. And so for today, we are going to start things off in the Deep Dark Dungeon and try to find out just how deep and dark and dungeony it will turn out to be. Alright. We have a very good sword for dealing with zombies, so I can make short work of them. I guess I will go ahead and break the spawner, because why not? I hear a witch somewhere. Here are the witches. And let's see, I don't have really any great weapon against the witches, do I? I guess Sharpness 1 axe is probably my best bet. So let's use that. But let's get rid of the zombie too. Alright. And the witches will drop potions. That's nice. I presume these witches spawned out of a spawner. Even though I don't think I actually saw the spawner yet with my own eyes. But it might have been, for example, underneath any of these pillars. There are... Ooh, that looks like it might be another record disc too. These, if that is what it is, these record discs... I ate that bread a little bit too quickly. Should have waited until I was down another half a heart. These music discs... Hey, cut it out. How long did she poison me for? That was pretty point blank. It was relatively short. So I think Render has modified the witch potions so that they're not as ridiculously deadly as they normally are. What was I starting to say? Which is the record discs, right. If that is another record disc, I was thinking perhaps we're going to get all 16 throughout the map. But that would mean I'd have 4 of them. But I guess is this going to be my 4th wool or my 3rd wool? I've already lost track. Alright, you need to die. This is a skeleton spawner, and I don't have a source of arrows, a renewable source of arrows, so I'm not going to destroy that spawner. And instead hope that I can potentially use it to farm arrows if I need to. This does appear to be a music disc. I would guess... Which one would this be? Is that what Strahd looks like, possibly? I don't remember my music discs well enough. Let's take a look. It is Stall, Tune of a Fray, Sharpness 5, Knockback 1, Fire Aspect 1. Don't love the fire aspect, and the sharpness is only going to give it 4 attack, or 3 attack damage. I will take it because I'm collecting them, basically as collectibles, but I don't know that I'm going to use that one at all. But the fact that it's only sharpness 5, it did have some other things on it, and we've already found a different one that was sharpness 7, also suggests to me that perhaps this is going to be the area that we find the... I forget if it's the 2nd or 3rd wool of the map, but the purple wool. Just because it seems like it's kind of weaker loot than some of the record discs that we found somewhere else, and so that would suggest that we're kind of going in progression order. It's going downstairs. Let's see, the zombie spawner. I don't need zombies. It looks like it's just normal zombies. I'm going to go ahead and break that. Let's go ahead and top off on health. I've got plenty of food. I'm a little bit worried about traps as we go downstairs here. And let's also go ahead and get rid of some of these. Aha! Gravel. I was looking around, and I don't know if my brain already saw the gravel and so my spidey senses were going off, or they were going off for some other reason. But I felt like I needed to look at my surroundings. So let's go ahead. I know none of these are going to turn into flint. Aha! Okay, this will tell me for sure. Emerald 6, Deep Dark Dungeon, purple wool. Okay, great. So it is purple. This is Emerald 6. And so this is the missing wool. It's still the case that there were 2 missing emeralds back in Aurora Valley or whatever it's called. Let's go ahead and break these as well. But this tells me that we're on track for the wool. Oops, crap, that I'm hoping to find. So that is great. And I accidentally just, well, kind of intentionally just move things around over there. But I would like to have the sharpness axe available once again so I can use it to finish off enemies like this. All right, and this kind of has twists and turns and lots of places for the creepers to be hiding. I could also imagine creeper spawners in the walls. Okay, there's a creeper spawner. So that creepers are going to be kind of like falling out of the ceiling, because we've seen that at least one place already in this map. Creepers, there's lots of creeper spawners in the map so far. It just seems like normal creepers. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. And, oh, hello. You should get knocked back a little bit. So there's a chest in here. There's presumably going to be spawners, although I don't see... I mean, I guess they could be under the pillars, but I don't see, like, any particles coming up or anything. And for whatever reason, that spider was having a hard time acquiring me. So I'll take advantage of that. Yeah, I think this room might be safe enough. Now, this could be a chest, or this could be a chest. It is a chest. This could be a trap. Is what I meant to say. We haven't seen all that many traps, but this one feels like a trap to me. It's not a trap chest. I'm going to... The trap could also be further back, too. Should I try to escape over there? I could be wrong, and this could all be paranoia. But I'm going to get rid of the vines, because when you catch on the side of vines, it kind of slows you down and would prevent me from being able to kind of sprint out of here. And I'm also going to put some torches on walls, just in case like water falls down and gets rid of torches. It is, if this is only the second dungeon, I'm probably being overly paranoid. But here we go. I was being overly paranoid. Enchanted tools. These are nice just because they have Unbreaking 3 on them, and so if I ever do get a anvil, I will be able to do some nice combination work. Glass bottles. I think there's lots of sand around the map that I've seen, right? I feel like back in Aurora Valley there was sand, so I could make my own glass bottles. So I don't care about that. Okay, so we found an emerald. It looks like more of the dungeon is going to be back through that way, but my inventory is relatively full, so I'm going to drop off some things at the entrance and we'll continue. Alright, the ender chest is still has a little bit of room in it, but relatively full. And yeah, this area actually, it's not too big, or at least it's not too big thus far. I'm just going to quickly run back through to show you all that we have traversed thus far. But just over here is the place that we need to go next, it would appear. And, okay, there's definitely a spawner right over here. And so why don't I go ahead and try to deal with that first, if I can. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to put that there, and then... Is that... Yes, it is just creepers. That's fine. That'll blow up the spawner. And might have taken out some other guy. Oh, crap! I did not expect you to... Where did you come from? There could be dark places back in the room. He might have spawned through the wall. Or he could have just walked from over here, because I forgot that there was a kind of like connecting way through here. All of these, ouch, are not unreasonable possibilities. It's just looking in the hole to make sure there isn't anything unexpected underneath the floor. Like lava or cobwebs or... That's something that I don't think I've ever seen before, actually. Just placing like a layer of cobwebs underneath a solid floor, so that if creepers were to like blow it up and blow it open, then as you tried to retreat, like you'd be stuck in cobwebs or something. I'm not sure if that would be like an interesting mechanic or not. Okay, I'm going to do this. That's reasonable. And this shield does have a ton of durability still. So I could do that occasionally if I don't want to deal with killing a number of creepers at once. That's where the creepers are coming from. Okay, so let's do that, actually. Kablam. Didn't even take out my torch, which makes it very safe for me to do that. What do we have over here? I guess basically you don't have to break any of the iron bars, and the iron bars just kind of separate out the enemies into a few different sections to make it easier to fight through, almost, it seems like. Which is pretty convenient. Creepers seem to have... It seems like all the mobs have a rare chance of dropping the experience bottles, as far as I can tell thus far. And... okay, I see this over here. Okay, and that over there. This is getting a little bit redundant. And so... oh! Okay. I guess the second hiss was like right before he died, and it like plays the entire sound. But that one kind of surprised me. In terms of... yikes. Okay. And this isn't anything, right? It's just because he has random... this might be something. That might be something. It seems like there's just kind of random circle stone blocks, or whatever they're called. But the fact that there are just 2 here, and they keep going back in a row, makes me think this is actually going to lead somewhere. There's some cobblestone there. Can't remember if I've been seeing cobblestone. Or maybe I'm making this up and this isn't actually anything. Yeah, I think that probably isn't actually anything. And that was just kind of random. Hello. I think that might be the wool back there. I didn't get quite a good enough look. Kind of worried about other things at the moment. But yeah, I think that might be the wool. And at this point, it also appears that I am going to have to actually, yeah, dig through the iron bars in order to get there. But if no one else is spawning behind me, it seems like this should be really straightforward. So we'll kill off 2 more zombies, and then run in here. Guess I can start breaking this. And okay, now we have somebody. Do you have a name? Ogre. Okay, it's an ogre. It appears to be some kind of modified zombie. He's wielding a shovel. He does not seem to take any knockback. He dropped bones. It's kind of interesting. I did pick those up, so I guess that's those. Alright, an ogre who drops bones. Is it the bones of his previous victims? Tell me your story, ogre. Let's go ahead and... right. So this is another case of it's inside the same structure that seems to be suggestive of you should save this spawner in case you need to farm for some kind of material. So I guess I will save this spawner in case I need to farm for some kind of material. I'm going to leave one side dark just so one more ogre can spawn, because I don't think we have seen the full range of, you know, whatever crazy drops this guy is going to have. So we'll try to let another one of those spawn as I go ahead and make my way into here. Okay, took a minute, but here's the ogre. Right, he doesn't take knockback. And, oh, he drops bricks and clay. Okay, so he drops, like, building material kind of stuff. I think that's enough that I won't hang around to try to get more. I'm going to take a purple wool, and I'm going to take the fireworks. And, all right, bricks and clay from the ogre with the spoon. All right, seems pretty straightforward. And, yeah, rather than use up my pickaxe, I will just run around on the way out. I'll meet you guys back at the monument. I was about to head back to the monument through that way, coming back from the Deep Dark Dungeon. Does it look like there's a light and a hole behind this waterfall? I think it looks like there's a light and a hole behind this waterfall. I don't know that I've been here looking in this direction at night. It's an emerald! Hooray! It's one of the 2 emeralds that I'm missing. Okay, I'm surprised that I didn't find this one, because, like, behind a waterfall, that's Emerald 3. Emerald 5, you may recall, we found up in, like, the housing village in one of the attics. It was reminiscent of buildings in a building style back from Myriad Caves. So if Emerald 3 is there, and Emerald 5 was near the end, Emerald 4 might actually... would it be up near the beginning, or would it be somewhere up high? I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to all of the auroras. I might spend a little time and see if I can go back and find Emerald 4. But in any case, back here at the monument, we have the purple wool. Kablam! And we have emeralds number 3 that we just found in Aurora Valley. And emerald number 6 from the Deep Dark Dungeon. So those are terrific. And we also found... go ahead and put away Emerald 3 and Emerald 6 glass panes. We also found... Tune of a Fray, which I'm just going to put away with my other record discs. I haven't really been using them as weapons. This one is still useful if I need looting or fortune, but for the most part, I'm just kind of like storing these away. So that's some good progress. I think we have more time in the episode, and so let me figure out what I want to do next. Well, I spent a bit of time looking around, and I believe I possibly have found the last emerald. You recall that Emerald 5 was in an attic over here, and Emerald 3 was like way back down at the bottom, so I was thinking somewhere in between. And it turns out, where was it that I could see it from just a moment ago? Somewhere over here, there is some light that I was trying to figure out if there's like some particular angle that you would see it from. And I should have made a better note of where it was, because already I'm having trouble finding it again. It was just across the river over here somewhere. Aha! Okay, the zombies are walking out of there. I literally just spent another minute trying to find it again. Oh! Oh! Did you see him? He just went, he came out of the floor here. So there is, okay, here is the thing that I had seen from a distance. There was a little bit of light coming out of here. I think possibly, is the sun rising already yet? No, it's not. Okay, so you should be able to see this from a little distance away. There are some zombie spawners here. There's also apparently some kind of... maybe that's just a hole that the zombie fell in or climbed down the... I was thinking possibly it was a type of trap where zombies come pouring out because they're able to climb the vines kind of thing. Alright, but I just want to see if you are in this place, which I presume, well, I'm not sure. It might just be a place for zombies to come out and surprise you from. No, it is an emerald. Okay, good. Okay, so this is the emerald. The emerald gives off a little bit of light, so there was just like a tiny bit of light that was kind of on the forefront here. But I'm trying to figure out where you would be able to see this from. If we get rid of all the vines that are kind of blocking off the front of it, what we see is there's somewhere you just kind of naturally be walking across this area and be able to see this spot from. Possibly if you're coming up the river, but there's kind of trees in the way. A little bit when you're kind of coming down here. And possibly also just because you'd see a whole lot of zombies where there weren't a lot... where there weren't otherwise a lot of zombies. I think this guy just fell into the hole, basically. Yeah, because I don't think there's anything down there. And so you'd wonder where the zombies were coming from. But in any case, I've just been walking all around and looking all around in this area once again. So I'm very happy that we found this and I don't have to come back here anymore. So this should be Emerald number 4, Aurora Valley, Magenta Wool. And at this point, I killed a, I think it was probably off camera when I was just kind of walking around, looking around, killed a zombie who dropped some chain leggings for me, which I don't know if that's actually going to be useful. They had something on them, right? Unbreaking 1, Protection 1, they're not bad. They're not as good as the iron leggings that I've got, but they're not bad. But yeah, at this point, I think we have everything that I think I could know about from the first 4 areas, like all the wool blocks, all of the emeralds, and all of the music discs, because I think there's been 1 music disc per area. Is that actually true? I think that is actually true. Although there's only going to be 12 music discs, and there's 16 wools. So I'm not exactly sure how to expect how all of the quote-unquote tunes are going to play out in this map. But in any case, I am very happy to feel like we kind of, I don't know, finished up the first quarter of the map, and I can move on to Intersection 2 now, which I think is the only new direction to go, basically, is Intersection 2. Apparently a zombie spawned in the darkness over here. I'm taking, this is kind of the long way, I think, to get back to the monument, because this just brings us back to, like, the shortcut intersection thingy. But that's okay. All right, so intersection 2 is down that way. We'll head that way shortly, but first I'm going to go back by the monument, and so I will see you guys in a moment. So back at the monument, we have Emerald number 4 from the Aurora Valley. And so with that, we have everything done from the first 4 areas, so I think the next thing to do is to go check out intersection 2. And here at intersection 2, I'm going to assume once again that maybe going in order means doing things left to right, and so the first thing on the left appears to be something called Laminar Labs. And so let's take a peek inside of it. Actually, you know what, before we do this, there's water down here. It's often the case that in an intersection area like this, there would be like a hidden treasure chest. This is kind of a larger, more open intersection than the last one. Doesn't really look like there's a ledge up there where anything could be hiding, but is there anything down in the water anywhere down here? Let me just take a quick look. Yeah, I didn't actually go up or down, but I don't see anything obvious, and so maybe I'm missing something, but let's just go ahead and head into Laminar Labs. I see, which is using, is this red nether brick, if I'm remembering correctly? Red nether brick, yes. Using red nether brick for the floor. I thought, something about this feels foreboding. I feel a sense of impending doom. I thought when Render was first developing this map, it was possibly for 1.9, 1.10, or 1.11. Since it has the red nether brick, I think that's only a 1.11 item. And when I downloaded this map, it was already a 1.11 map. So I wonder maybe if when Render was first developing it, he didn't have access to all of these blocks and made some of the areas and then added things later. There's a chest here, which looks perhaps a little too inviting. Yeah, this is like on a ledge into an area. And then it looks like we have staircases down on either side. I'm going to go down the staircases first. This also could be a trap. Yeah, it might just go down to a 4. Okay, zombie. I see, you're right here. Hey, buddy. This will also tell me if there's any other zombies nearby, since they'll all kind of come my way. Okay, I don't think anyone's coming right now. How far was the fall? It's pretty far. So it's a vertical area. There's a chest up there. What kind of monsters we got over here? We got skellies, okay. And, alright, you guys saw that I had my shield out for like 5 seconds before that arrow hit me. So, I call no fair on that one. I do have like 20-something arrows, and so I'm not afraid to, gosh, use... Alright, let's eat some food. I don't know why I'm standing here within range of the spawner. That's not smart. Use some arrows in this guy. I know where there's another skeleton spawner, and so I'm not feeling bad about getting rid of that one, especially if it will save me from falling off the edge. And over here, these colors make me think of zombies. Obviously, we have some creepers, but I think they're just natural spawns. And, I'm trying to decide if I want them to explode, see if there might be anything underneath the floor that I should be worried about. Yeah, there's a couple more guys here. Let's just go ahead and have one of them explode. Oh, okay. I see. There's creeper spawners hidden. Like, oh, and there's water. Oh, I see. The water is behind the glass. Right, I should have been able to see that already. Let's just do this. So that could potentially knock out your torches. And there were definitely some creeper spawners somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where they were. And so... yeah, you could potentially get yourself into a little bit of trouble like that. So the creeper spawners, okay, I see the creeper, okay. I see there's a spawner like underneath that block and that block, I think. And then the one skelly here, I'm not too worried about, because I have a good sword and a shield. Sometimes even works. I thought there was a creeper. Oh, yeah. He was hiding behind the green, and even though there's glass, had trouble seeing him. Okay, so I believe here, yes, there's the creeper spawner. Okay, and so I guess in order to get to the creeper spawner, you don't necessarily have to take out the water, but you'd be likely to accidentally have the water come flowing out. I think it's probably more for the aesthetics necessarily than the mechanics. But it's kind of cool from a mechanical point of view of having the player be the main force that causes his torches to go away. So I like the design of this area kind of regardless. Okay, in any case, let's see what we've won from this chest. Ooh, it's some decent stuff. All right. I will take all of that. There's 64 arrows in there, too. That's actually really decent stuff. All right, thank you, Render. And, okay, I have a bunch of blocks that I don't really need. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Yeah, I think with that, we've got a little bit of a taste of this area. But having completed the Deep Dark Dungeon earlier this episode, I think I've got enough footage for today, so that's probably a good place to go ahead and end things. I hope, as always, that you guys are having a great day, and I will see you again soon as we continue further into Laminar Labs, the first area of Intersection 2. Bye-bye. Oops. Bye-bye.